Hello friends, today's topic is being cheated on. Let's rant.
Story time on how I was dealing with a guy for a year and a half, and then literally not even a week of us making it official, he cheated on me with his ex-wife. Yeah, get your popcorn ready because it's messy. So I'm gonna start off by saying this. I met him. Okay, so we go to the same church or whatever. So when I first met him, he told me that, he was going through a divorce or whatever, and they weren't getting back together because, blah, 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 their reasons, whatever. So he told me they weren't getting back together. I'm like, cool, whatever. So I'm asking my friends, like, is this okay? Like, because you're really not supposed to be dating people and you're married, whatever. But if you're telling me you're getting divorced and y'all are never getting back together, then I'm like, okay, I guess I get a pass. And ladies, let me tell you, learn from me. If he's going through a divorce, run. Until he gets that divorce, do not deal with him. And it might be some men out here that, can function without doing that and really have moved on because it's been long enough and they've been separated long enough. But girl, I'm telling you, listen, if he's going through a divorce, run. But yeah, so they're going through their divorce or whatever. So then what ends up happening, me and him are talking and, we're starting to get feelings for each other, whatever. So he has the divorce going on. And then in between that, he has a female best friend that he's really close with. And I ended up asking him, like, have y'all ever, like, slept together or whatever? And he tells me, yeah, like, they slept together a lot. Like, that was his little boo thing or whatever. But they never got together because, their reasons or whatever. So they became best friends. And I was never cool with that. Like, I told him straight up, like, no, I don't like that. Like, if y'all used to sleep together, there's no way y'all are best friends. Like, that's not, you can't do it. I don't care what anybody says. A female and a guy cannot be friends and y'all used to sleep together. You cannot. And especially if one of them, aka the best friend, her, especially if she still has feelings for you, like, that's a no-go. No. And honestly, while I'm telling y'all the story, it's going to be so many points where I should have left. And the first one was when I found out he was going through divorce. Should have left then. When I found out he was best friends with the female that he used to sleep with, I should have left then. It's so many points in this story. Like, I really should have left, but I didn't. And honestly, it's probably going to be more than one part to this story because it's going to be really long. But anyway, so he tells me that, that's his best friend and she's been there for him throughout all this, stuff he had going on in life or whatever. So she's always going to be here, whatever. Red flag. Again, should have left then, but I didn't because I liked him oh so much. And ladies, you know how we do. Don't do it. Take it from me. Don't do it. So yeah, so aside from the best friend, again, we're dating and we're hanging out and whatever, catching feelings, whatever. So he, at first, like I said, he told me, when he was with his soon-to-be ex-wife, that there was no way they were getting back together because she did all this stuff and he did this stuff and whatever. And then eventually, once we got like more deep into like our situationship, that ended up changing. And he was like, he doesn't know what he wants to do because they have kids together and he didn't want to make it seem like they didn't at least try or whatever. So fast forward a few months after we're dating and talking, whatever. So she ends up moving back in the house. I should have left then. But I didn't because I was like, you know what? He's sitting up here telling me like, oh, like we're still not trying to be together. We just want to be able to like tell the kids that we tried and like whatever. And I believe it like a little dummy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was being dumb. I believed it. Yeah. So she ends up moving back in and I'm like, well, what's the living arrangement gonna be? Because y'all gonna be sleeping in the same bed? Oh, and then I forgot. So they ended up going, like, during the divorce process, I guess at some point they said, like, they need to go to counseling. And I guess that was, like, a part of it. So they ended up going to counseling. And then they decided they should be living under the same roof while going to counseling, which I didn't understand. I feel like y'all can go to counseling but don't have to live together, but whatever. What do I know? But yeah, so that's what he was telling me. They were living together because they were going to counseling. So I asked him, I was like, okay, so what's the living arrangement going to be? And he was like, well, this is somebody I was with for 15 years, so we're going to be sleeping in the same bed. And I'm like, so are y'all going to be having sex? Like, how's that going to go? And he said no, because he don't want to be with her or whatever. So yeah. So after her living there for maybe like a month or two, I just randomly asked him like, "Hey, so have y'all had sex or anything?" And he says, "Yes." So I blocked him. And then of course, after blocking him, he blows up my phone and does all this stuff and popping up to my house and whatever, trying to talk. And I end up taking him back. And then he's the type of guy, he's very like very manipulative. Like he's very good at what he does. Like he can make you like, even though you know you be right, he can make you feel like you're crazy for like not wanting to deal with him. And then he'll be like, he'll say something like, "Oh, well, I thought you cared about me, and if you cared you wouldn't be doing this, and if you really cared about me, you know, you wouldn't just drop me because of this," and whatever. And then he's also the type of guy, if you come to him with an issue, he's gonna turn it back on you. And then he also has an attitude where he doesn't care about things. Like he'll say, "Oh, well, I don't feel like arguing." Like as soon as you bring up an issue, now it's gonna be an argument because I haven't even said anything yet. Why are you assuming it's gonna be an argument? And that was literally how it went. And then we would get an argument. And then as soon as I get upset and yell or raise my voice, now my attitude and me yelling is the problem and not what you did is the problem. Like, I'm not speaking to you. Like, you literally just ignored me, and I was trying to be nice and take you out. No, I'm not speaking to you. So then I walk off, go in the restaurant, get my dessert, and I leave. So when I leave, he starts blowing up my phone, asking me who I'm out there with and whatever, and I'm on the phone with my girlfriends or whatever, telling them what's going on and, you know, how he here and whatever. So then later on that night, I end up asking him because, like I said, he kept asking me who I was there with. So I asked him, I said, "Well, who was you there with?" And he was like, "Somebody." And I said, "Who is somebody?" Turns out he was there with the female best friend. And I said, "Well, how?" Okay, so I try to plan a date for you. Then you act stank with me all day, and I decide to cancel on you because you were ignoring me. Then I turn around and ignore you, and somehow you end up there with your female best friend that you don't like, and that who you slept with. Be for real. And during all this, the best friend is still around. And then at one point, and mind you, she likes him, right? Like she's like obsessed with this guy. So while we were talking, there was a point where it was his birthday and he likes banana pudding. So I had took him some banana pudding and he was not like responding to me. Long story short, he never got the banana pudding or whatever. So whatever. So then he asked me to get him some banana pudding and I didn't want to because I'm like, I bought you some banana pudding. So no. So he ends up getting the best friend to make him some and she brought it to his house. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like that because why, first of all, why is she coming to your house? And secondly, why is she making you banana pudding? And then a few days after that, I guess he placed the order at H&M and he asked her to go get it. And I'm like, is this your best friend or your girlfriend? Like, I'm confused. Like, you say you don't like her and you say she's so annoying and she's always so emotional and y'all have had conversations about, you know, that it's y'all only friends and she can't handle that and whatever. And I've always expressed to him, like, I don't like that. Like, if me and you were ever going to be anything, she got to go because that's not what best friends do. Like, me and my best friends don't do stuff like that. I've never slept with my best friend. Like, I've never kissed my best friend. I've never done any of that. So that's a red flag in itself. So I'm like, no. Then it was a time where, because we all go to the same church. So it was a time where she hit him up asking, is he coming to church because she want to see him. And I'm like, oh, well, why she worrying about if you going to be at church if y'all just friends? Like, I'm really confused. Then it was another time that she texted him asking, is anybody going to be at the house? And I'm like, well, why is she asking you that? And he said that she was like, oh, because I want to have sex. Oh, but that's your best friend. So then at that point, I'm like, no, like y'all cannot be talking. If you want to deal with me, you cannot talk to her because apparently she still likes you. And then thinking about it now, apparently you still had some feelings for her too, or you just like attention. Because there's no way she gonna be acting like that if you're not giving her attention. And every time I said that, he getting mad at me and getting all defensive and like, no, that's my best friend and da 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 da. And we not even together anyway. And that was his favorite thing to say. Well, we not together anyway. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. I can be done. And every time I try to be done, here he goes, blowing up my phone, calling me, begging for me to take him back, apologizing, saying, oh, well, you know, I'll do this now. Then there was another time where, because I'm very much so like, if I'm dating somebody, I like to treat them like I like to take my man on a date or whatever. So I told him I was gonna take him out. Just randomly, just gonna take him out on a date or whatever. So I literally that whole day he was acting very stank with me for no reason. Then he got to the point where he was like ignoring me or whatever, because we ended up getting an argument on the phone the day of the date, like earlier in the day. We got an argument on the phone. He acting stank with me, then started ignoring me and all this stuff. So then I'm like, you know what? I didn't tell him this, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go anymore. So whatever. So I started ignoring him. So then that night I decided, because I hadn't got put my makeup on and got all cute and stuff, I was like, well, I'm still gonna go. So whatever. So I go by myself. I go to the first restaurant, got some hibachi because we both like hibachi. Went to the first restaurant by myself, ate, had a good time by myself. Then I get to the dessert spot where both of us like to go for dessert, and I see him when I get there. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. So then when he's walking out, he tries to say hey to me, and I'm like, I'm not speaking to you. Like, are you crazy?
Being cheated on is a bad feeling. What do you think? Comment down below, and thank you for watching. Until next time.